welcome to another episode of HapHazard Podcast. This is episode 6. I'm Caleb Dunlow. I'm here with Hunter Dunlow and Cody Leon.
What's going on?
Oh, if you're new here, please be sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen. I can't talk. If you're new here, please be sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, etc.
You would think after 6 times you'd have it down by now.
You would think, but it's so difficult. Anyways, tonight we're going to get right into it, guys. Our guest for tonight, who I actually just met, he's the king of selling shoes. His AKA name is like famous rapper Young Dolph. This guy is here to educate us all on Hypebeast culture and how to sell shoes. Everyone, please welcome Chris Williams, AKA Dolph.
Let's go, Dolph.
Hey,
Let's
yeah.
go. There we go.
The house.
What's up, brother?
What's up, gang?
How you doing?
Good to have you on here, man.
Chilling.
You might be on a little leash here. Let me pull this your way a little bit here. It's
Yeah.
caught under his laptop.
Yeah,
But,
it's always
mic's right here.
struggle with these microphones, but you know.
Yeah, you like the setup, man.
It's lit.
You been watching the podcast or not?
A little bit.
I'm gonna go check.
Not every day, but
One day we'll be posting them every day.
As long as you're watching once a week, I mean, that's all that matters right now.
Yeah, man. So tell us a little about yourself, man.
I like shoes.
That's what I heard, man. I mean, before we had you on here, Cody said that you were into Hypebeast, but I found out maybe not so much. But
Yeah, no, I've known like Dolph for a little bit now, and like Dolph, I just feel like he's more of like a networker. This man wiggles his way into anything. He's a salesman. He's just a business guy at heart. I feel like
I'm a hustler.
hustler. There you go.
the
And
word.
I guess he's not like a hype beast, which he's gonna inform us all about. Like give us a little information on the hype beast culture. But he is into shoes, and he has he buys expensive shoes, resells them, collects a little bit. So we'll hear a little bit about that.
well, so I guess my first question is like, where are you from?
I'm from here.
Oh, really?
Sadly, yeah.
So you've been in Wilmington your whole life?
Yeah.
Sweet, man. How old are you?
20 in June, so.
Oh, sweet. Man.
19, bro.
What,
I didn't know you were that young.
So what high school did you go to here?
Hoggard.
Hoggard.
And, well, I went to Hoggard junior and senior year in Ashley before, so.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, I've met a lot of people who went to Hoggard and Laney. I feel like growing since I've been in Wilmington, but I feel like I haven't met a lot of people that went to New Hanover. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So you grew up here. I thought you moved here, honestly, too.
Nah, I've been here, sadly.
You working here right now?
Duh, foot action.
Yeah, foot action.
Come shop with me.
Don't you work at Chuck's mom's place, too, or no? The
That's
cafe?
my mom's place.
That's your mom's place?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you tried working there. That family, the family relationship.
So you actually so I didn't know you actually worked at Foot Action. That's pretty cool, man. So I guess let's get right into it. My biggest question is what I heard you wanted to open up a shoe store.
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's like I just gotta get everything placed out. It's either Wilmington, the community, they don't like to spend money on shoes, so I was thinking
It's not
Jackson.
a good hub spot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you have your people that'll spend it, but it's like everyone not really into it. All the Marines who graduate and stuff, their first thing is to go buy shoes or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking Jacksonville for the military or Charlotte for the city. So, but there's already a lot of branding out in Charlotte, so it's gonna be hard to come up and fight through all that. So
It's biggest out in LA, right?
what I don't know, East Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends.
I feel like out there, it's they have all the Supreme stores, Off-White.
I mean,
all the top brands.
That's in New York too.
New York. Oh, true. Yeah.
Supreme's based out in New York, so.
So do you want to open up a store that sells any kind of shoes like Foot Action, or are you trying to sell exclusive. All exclusive shoes?
The money making.
What is exclusive? I'm uneducated when it comes to it, I guess. I know obviously Yeezys were a big deal and Jordan specific models, but I'm not into it that hard. So what is exclusive right now, I guess?
Right now.
A lot of stuff.
Mainly just the older Yeezys, of course the Back to the Future shoes, all the self-lacing shoes Nike's doing right now is pretty.
Nikes, right? Yeah. What about Converse? Do people have any hype around that?
CDG is a high-end brand. They collab with them pretty often. So
is that the one with the heart on
Mm-hmm.
the Converse? Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are pretty fresh.
So they do. CDG does it. Tyler the Creator does a lot of them. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That guy's a sicko. What happened to him? I haven't heard his music in so long.
Yeah, I know. what was that one song? Oh no, that wasn't him. I was thinking of an Earl Sweatshirt song.
Yonkers or Bonkers, Tyler the Creator song.
No, what's that Earl Sweatshirt song that we used to listen to?
Kobe used to play.
Yeah, do you know the name of it? I think it might have actually been
called Earl or something.
Yeah, Earl. I think was the name of it.
Earl's like part of their crew.
I listened to Earl before I heard of Tyler the Creator, but
yeah. So did you start working at your job because of like your passion for like collecting shoes?
Yeah, I actually tried to work there since I was like 13. I was just like consistent. So.
And then they finally hired you. They're like, "Fuck, we got
basically."
Yeah. No, I just didn't know if it went the other way around. Like you worked there and then you started like finding out about shoes.
It's been probably, I think my first pair of shoes that kind of led me into it. I was 7th grade. And ever since then, it's just been like an ongoing thing. So
you were trying to look fresh in middle school, walking the halls.
Sadly.
Yeah.
I feel like like middle school, elementary school, and all that. Like I was just into like skateboard shoes because I grew up skateboarding. But here recently, like I've been buying like Adidas, like just like running shoes and stuff. But like I love shoes. I wish I had more.
Yeah.
But I've always been like basic when it comes to it, like Vans, you know.
You can never go wrong with a pair of Vans. So that's my go-to.
I have like 6 or 7 pair, but I love. I'm wearing them right now, actually.
So like, can you tell us a little bit about like how? So say you're in like 7th, 8th grade, right? Or say you're also maybe you're a parent and you have a kid who's around that age. Like I feel like that instills like a lot of like business value into like your kid if they're like start getting into like collecting shoes because it's like especially the buying and reselling. Like tell people a little bit like what a Hypebeast is and like what their culture is and like how some of these kids who are like 12, 14 years old are making thousands a month, like maybe more out in LA, New York, like even around here if you wanted to, just flipping like collectibles, you know what I mean?
I mean, really and truly, as long as your city's getting, or if you're like cooking, whenever drops come about, like you get, say for instance, like pair of Yeezys, we'll say like Pirate Blacks when they first dropped, like the first float, like 350 to come out.
Mm-hmm.
When those came out, they were probably going for
like so.
Put him on the spot.
All right, so basically, like if you give someone like $200 to get a pair of shoes, they get them, they're reselling for like $2K. Easy turnaround.
$2K.
Yeah, that's actually insane. Like
usually, like people, if you're not selling local, there's like a few like reseller and like websites, I guess you could say. It's like StockX, like Goat, Grailed. So it's like the fees are like the worst part. So it's just
like online merchants, right? Yeah.
So it's like Goat and StockX actually like they're authenticated. So whenever you buy them, you'll ship them to them. They make sure they're real.
StockX, yeah, I was about to say.
And then they ship them out to the buyer. So.
So that's like what you use.
Yeah, but I try to go local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can usually get more money locally versus.
So do you post them on like?
I just like depending on what I get. I just like if I know somebody wears the size, I just text them like straight off rope. Or if it's like something that I think I'm gonna hold on to and like let grow value, that's something that I'll just wait. Like right now, my brother, he has a pair at the house, Jordan 1 breads. We pay $120 for them, and right now he texted me this past week and told me to go to sell them because market on them after fees and everything was like $520. So
5 times what he paid.
Yeah, it sounds like a good business, man.
Nah, it's a iffy one. It's just like you never know. Like I was in Charlotte. Holy crap! I was in Charlotte and I got 2 pair of social status 6s, and I thought they were gonna do numbers, but
no.
I paid $278 for them, and right now they're at like. I actually checked yesterday, and they're going for like $150. So.
Oh man! So it's a little bit of a gamble.
So it's risky sometimes. Yeah. So I feel like eventually, if you keep doing this, maybe like you'll build up enough clientele where like people will hit you up like, get me a pair of these.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is now working at Foot Action. I have a lot of people come in begging me to like
requesting.
That was smart of you for working there. You could get more clients.
They want me to hold them for them and stuff, but.
But you can't hold them for too long, can you?
Nah, I can't even hold them.
Oh.
Like everything's through the app now, so
right.
It's like everything's reserved. So.
Yeah.
So do you? I mean, if they tell you to hold them, do you have it like a way where like when you get the shoe in, you could like call them or text them, or does Foot Action do that or no?
Nah. So basically, like we're not even supposed to show what we get. It's supposed to be like that release day, but
right.
Who cares at this point? So
yeah.
Never like people come in. If it's like a regular, we'll show them. If it's not, they're just SOL. But
yeah.
We basically just when we get what we get, we let them know we have it if we don't, and see you Saturday. So
Yeah.
So speaking outside of like Foot Locker and like a business perspective, like, so say you're like a 14-year-old kid, you're trying to make some money, you know some stuff about shoes and clothing, or you're a parent, right? Your kid is gonna give your kid $200. They go stand in line wherever, like whether this be LA, New York, here, like whatever. They get the new pickup. They can sell that, make a huge profit, finding the right people, and the more they do it, they can pretty much just build up a clientele pretty quick, and then people will be coming to them, and like they can literally just start that on their own. It's pretty much just like their own business with their friends, and then it'll just slowly grow, and they could potentially make bank from that. So it's kind of crazy that literally anything in life you could find it like a little niche just to make money off of, especially this. With the value of some of those shoes.
As long as you have the clientele, you're gonna get your money out of it. So
you hear that, young kids, get into the shoe biz.
You follow Gary V?
Who?
Gary V?
Nah, don't even know who that
Sounds
is.
like that's the kind of stuff he always talks about. Flipping stuff.
Yeah, shout out Gary V.
Yeah. Had to shout him out real quick. We never really give him one, but he deserved one this podcast.
Yeah, no, we shout out Gary V in every of our episodes. It's like a thing we do. Like he's a guy who I guess he's an influencer, basically what you call him, but he like does this thing called trash talk, and like he talks about like buying and reselling stuff. Like that's one thing he like says, like if you want to be an entrepreneur, anybody can do it because they can just go to like yard sales and buy like cheap coffee mugs, and that's an example, and then like resell it on eBay. Because like, you can buy a coffee mug at a yard sale for like 50 cents and then sell it on eBay for like $6. So like this guy just talks about stuff like that. That's why I think Hunter was saying, like, have you heard of him? Because he does stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just the business mind.
It's still, that's how it is now. Like a lot of vintage clothing is on the way back. Yeah, like, that's what you walk into PacSun now. You see all these rock band shirts.
Yeah, I've noticed like, PacSun's really changed. Like their whole everything's changed in PacSun a lot in the past few years.
My mom says that it's like a full circle. Everything goes back around, like jeans.
Yeah,
I mean, history repeats itself.
Like,
so
like facts.
It's crazy to see how much Champion and like Starter's coming back from a few years ago.
Champion was garbage, right?
Yeah,
and
now they're bullied and picked on for wearing it. Now everyone who was picking on you is wearing it. So
how do they flip that around? How do they flip that image around?
I mean,
of their brand.
It's just a lot of the celebrities have a big influence on it for sure.
Really,
like, you see someone like Kanye. You see some like he's not gonna, but you see him wearing Champion. Everyone's gonna go follow up under him to be like him. Then before you know it, everyone's wearing it. So.
I feel like Reebok have. What do you think? Are they not like bigger than they used to?
It's slowly growing back to where it was, but I don't.
What about Skechers?
Nah.
No.
Heelys?
I'd pay for some Heelys.
Heelys like were banging at the time.
Yeah.
Nah.
Going down the hallway in school.
My boy Mitch, when we graduated, he Heelys'd across the stage. So.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was.
That's hilarious. I remember my first pair of Heelys. I was going in the 6th grade, and like I thought I was something because I didn't see anybody else with a pair, and like I went there the first day of school, and I was scared to like ride down the hallway because I didn't know what would happen. And then eventually, like a few months after that, the principal like banned people from wearing the wheels inside of them.
I could so picture you being that kid who just rolls up in the Heelys first day. You're like,
oh, that was me. That was me 100%.
That's bad.
I used to love those things. I bought that Tail Devil we put on the skateboards.
Oh yeah,
it spark, and I put it on the back of my heel so I could like kick it on the ground, sparks fly out.
Yeah, I remember those things. They were cool. We put those on scooters, skateboards.
I was about to say the only thing I ever did was scooter. Yeah.
Well, do you know what we're talking about though? They made this thing, and it was just like
an accessory
piece of what is it on the bottom that makes it spark?
It's like this thing you just
like not a flint.
It's like
it was literally
like flint or something.
Flint. It was on a piece of plastic, and it would like stick to your skateboard, and like you would like.
So you look cool with sparks.
Yeah, and sparks would be flying back.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what's the most expensive shoes you bought, or the most money you've made in return, like, or just like I don't know. You just do this for part-time money, obviously. It's not like
when you say most expensive, do you mean like most I've paid or like something I've bought and grown value?
Both. Or your favorite item you own right now too? Anything?
My most recent pair I paid for, I think it was $375. Mm-hmm. I turned around and sold. I mean, the market on them, it was right when they came out, so it was kind of hard to get a lot off of them. So I think I turned them around for $450. So,
So how, I guess something we skipped over was like, how do you get the shoes?
luck.
How do you go about getting them?
True.
Luck. That's
Luck.
really all it is. RNG, Fortnite IRL. So,
Because like I tried getting like the Supreme hoodie, the box logo Supreme hoodies. Like I've always tried to get one. Like I know Supreme, I think they do the release
That's
like
what
every
the Supreme
every
logo
Thursday.
in a
Thursday at like
11
11 o'clock. Yeah. So like I tried for weeks and weeks and like never could do it.
I feel like people have programs running on their computer that fill in all
That's
the
what I was gonna.
information. you know
That's
what
what I was
mean?
gonna ask you about.
And
Yeah.
a lot, like, my boy, he had a bot for Nike, so he was, like, just cashing out on everything, like, getting every release, and it turned around to be, Nike started realizing it and started banning IPs for it, so.
It's crazy how technology
Supreme hasn't done
influences
that.
everything.
They're working on it for sure.
Well,
don't really see it
yeah, I was
much.
gonna say I ended up getting a Supreme shirt though. It was just like I still have it. It's just a button-up, short-sleeve Supreme shirt.
It's overpriced. I
Yeah,
don't pay
definitely.
for it.
Yeah,
don't buy none
I
of
just wanted to get something Supreme, like a shirt that looked cool, just to say I got it, and like I finally got it, and I really did. Like it was tough to get it. Like I was like 11:05, and they were already sold out.
Yeah,
but
they sell out fast. If you're not on your game, you're not gonna get nothing.
Yeah.
So.
You think the business like this kind of thing has thrived with like internet and stuff, or you think it was better before internet? Probably more work and more demand for this kind of stuff, probably. Like because the people who did it and they waited in line, there's gonna be less people who are waiting in line than people buying off the internet. I mean,
I'd probably say online definitely. Like there's a market for it, so. The market on it makes it. Before, like, if everything was local, you never really know what the market was, so you'd have to like search it up, see what they're selling for on eBay. But now it's just like StockX. It tells you what the like average price is, so it's like constant, like updated by the minute.
less scheming.
So it's kind of like it's easier and harder, or would you say it's easier?
I'd
now?
probably say easier.
It is easier.
Like unless you have a returning customer every time you have something, if you know it's going to go. Like, kinda with us, like we have like a 30-day return policy. So someone I know, he's a reseller. He goes buys something from us. If it doesn't sell, he just turns around, brings it back to us, get his money back. He walks away good. But now it's like, or before then, it's like you just had to hopefully get rid of it, like everything before, like basically.
Because there's no place to bring it back to.
Yeah. Right.
And there's like no last minute resort where you just get online and sell it. At least get your money back for them. So.
But people really are making a living out here, like a straight, like 6 figures a year off of doing this kind of stuff. Like I was watching, I don't know if it was like one of Justin Escalona's, he does like vlogs on YouTube, and he was down on Rodeo Drive in LA, and like he was just like interviewing people, and like one kid pulled out a receipt from Supreme, and it was like $14,000. The receipt was like from up here down to the ground, and it's like he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna flip it all. Like, you know how much money he's gonna make back on 14 grand? But the more money you make, the more money you have. Pup with us right now to do a little game. I kind of pulled up Huffington Post, and we got some weird news articles. I'm going to read them out and put them on the screen at the same time, and you guys have to reply to them in one sentence. Are you ready? All right, first article. Doctors discover 4 bees in woman's left eye living off of her tears.
What? Is
No,
that real?
wasn't- Okay, that's your sentence. You guys don't want to see the video. I may put it on the screen, but this is some nasty shit right here.
It really shows it?
Oh, yeah, this is like real news, too. It's on the Huffington Post. You guys want to see it?
Oh, not really.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh!
They've been living in her eye for I don't even know how long.
That
Ugh.
is probably the nastiest thing
Okay.
I've seen.
Today.
Not it.
Okay, we got our sentences.
Yeah, that's
Haley,
not
what do
it.
you think about that? Oh.
Yeah, we got Haley in here.
We got some spectators tonight. What do you think about it? I hate bees. All right. Next article of the night. Oh. No, not that one. Okay. Man gets Guinness World Record for putting 13 people inside of soap bubbles.
Big
I don't
soap
believe
bubbles?
it. I don't believe it.
Big
Yeah,
soap
I think
bubbles.
that's real.
He has
Just
too
put 'em
much
in
time
soap
on his
bubbles.
That's the
hands.
Guinness World Record.
Yeah, they were there spectating.
Are they like
it.
standing? It's not popping?
I'll put
Like,
this
I
on the
don't know.
screen. No,
That's-
like they're literally inside of the bubble. Amazing. Okay, that's not it. Right here.
Oh, 13 inside of one bubble.
For some reason, I pictured like
13 separate bubbles.
13 individual ones?
Yeah.
No. All right, we'll do one more. these just intrigue me reading these because this shit is like on the daily too. Like,
Where do you find this stuff?
Huffington Post. It's real. Don't ask questions. Wanted man who
Huffington
stole a
Post.
chainsaw by sticking it in his pants.
Dude, this is just.
How
Beyond
did he
me.
make it out of the store without getting caught? Is what I want to know.
I don't know, man. He's wanted. What do you think about that?
Beyond me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put a chainsaw in my pants. That's for damn sure.
Did he start it?
That. I mean, either way, okay, dude. You're in my personal space. All right. You're gonna have to get down real quick. There you go. Nice having you on the
Yeah,
podcast.
this is a good time to talk about today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is actually HapHazard Apparel. They actually sponsored this episode. So.
Damn, are they a new sponsor?
Yeah, they're treating us well right now. They really are. HapHazard Apparel.
It's
Shout
a
them out.
nice brand on the water bottles. I like the logo and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn, we didn't do the commercial break. You didn't have it planned today, did you?
I can do one, yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great sponsors.
Yeah.
Actually, Caleb found somebody who subscribed to our channel and then copied it.
Copied our channel.
Yeah,
Like they copied the
Our first fan
the
page.
fake ad.
Yeah, so I was scrolling on our Instagram. I mean, I'm not going to say who, but I found somebody who actually followed our podcast channel on Instagram, and then I went to his profile and looked at like his recent posts, and I saw he was like made an Instagram story about his recent episode he had put out because he makes podcasts, and he was like, "Yeah, guys, so my new episodes now. I'm gonna start doing this thing where I." It's like a funny little commercial, and I'm gonna like shout out fake sponsors, and he like does it, and it sounds just like ours, and it was like he posted it a few days after he followed us, so I was like, you know, maybe he
It's
saw
a
that on
compliment.
our,
That means he likes
yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
I like seeing that, yeah, you know, it makes me feel good.
F it, dude. F it, man.
So y'all want one?
What, you gonna make a commercial?
Commercial?
Yeah, you want one?
I feel like all the viewers love it.
All right, we'll do one. Well, that being said, I want to take a second to thank our advertisers. This one's brought to you by donations at grocery store checkouts. Give $1 so the cashier doesn't think you're a bad person.
I was looking
Back at you.
I was looking at your Instagram page, and I noticed this photo right here. We'll throw it on the screen, but it looks like you got a lot of shoes right here. Tell us about this picture.
That was actually SneakerCon 2016.
Ooh, that's
It's by far the best sneaker event I've ever been to. It's literally Sneakerhead Paradise.
So what do you got going on here? Are they Jordans or
Jordans, NMDs, KD4s.
what's in the bag? Money?
Sprite bottles and shoes.
Sprite bottles.
I see you got a fresh pair of kicks on too, right there.
Yeah,
Nike.
black toe ones.
Man, I've always wanted a pair of Nikes like this.
Those are actually Jordan ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always wanted a pair like
Jordan ones. No.
I guess that's what they are. I never knew, but
I mean, they're Air Force Ones are all the same thing. So
really,
I mean, look at the swoosh on it. Look,
I mean, yeah.
compare them. You'll
But
see
and then how many different colorways do you think there are?
hundreds, easy. There's just a pair that came out Friday. So
Dude, I've never been to a convention before, but it's dope how it's
I'm
like so
actually-
many like-minded people at one place.
I mean, me and my one of my customers actually, he wants to do ones. He's a reseller here, so we're trying to get something together for the summer.
You said go to
Sweet.
one or
We're trying to have one here,
do one?
Oh, like
Go
have
for it,
a
yeah.
have an actual
like a small convention. Just
here in Wilmington.
yeah.
If you'd like that, leave a comment below. Yeah, you'll meet the man in person.
Well, that's awesome, man. Yeah,
What's
I
your
mean, I'm
Instagram again for the viewers? Maybe they want to buy some shoes, man.
I'm Dolph
You
with a
just-
period.
Is it just I'm Dolph?
I'm
I'm
Period.
Dot Dolph.
I'll put that on
Yeah,
the screen.
y'all
too in the
make sure
outro.
to give this man a follow.
Yeah,
Um,
he'll have a store open before.
yeah, shout out. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on here.
For sure.
Short, sweet,
Yeah.
Yeah,
good little
sure.
conversation.
I'm very. I feel like I learned something
Yeah,
tonight.
coming after
And
off our last one of an hour. It's
I-
nice to have a
I-
shorter
man.
one.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to go buy some shoes now after all this shoe
Hit me
talk.
up. I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit you up for sure. I need that exclusive.
Dude, I've never spent more than like 150 on shoes. I swear, it's just not for me. Not for
Man,
me.
I've spent. I think the most expensive pair I've ever bought were soccer cleats in high school. I
Yeah,
bought a pair of
those
like
don't count.
they were called 90s, I believe. I can't
Jared was
remember.
buying expensive cleats,
But they
too.
were, man, I can't remember what they were. It might have been like F-150s. Like that.
F50s.
F50s, F90. I can't remember what they were. But I spent like $300 on soccer cleats. That's the most expensive pair I've ever bought.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, episode 6 of HapHazard. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, etc. And we will see you next week. Peace.